How's it going, YouTube? Hi Drax, and in today's video I'm just going to be doing the breakdowns for the Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla Kale assist, and as you all suspected, the God of Destruction Toppo. They are both making their appearance in Legends, and this is not going to be a step up summon. This is going to be a Legends All-Star banner. Here's the banner right here. We'll also dive into it and do a little breakdown for it, but let's dive straight into the breakdown for Kale and Caulifla. This unit is looking pretty spicy in terms of stats, pretty even across the board with the strike attack and blast attack. Strike defense and blast defense are also quite balanced. I did try to pull up another unit to compare it to, but there wasn't really a range type unit that's been released recently that can compete with them. That isn't an LF. The most recent range type is obviously Vegeta, so obviously this is what we have to work with, but yet again they're pretty high up in terms of overall stats. Very good distribution of stats across the board, so you can build them however you want. Obviously they are leaning more towards blast damage, so they do have a lot more uniques built up in that sense. But for main ability, we have Let's Bring Him Down Kale. Draw the ultimate odds card Symmetrical Blaster next. Restores own health by 30% and then ki by 40. Plus 20% of damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. 60% to ki recovery cannot be cancelled. Very solid main ability, getting a lot of extra damage. Pseudo buffing your ultimate by getting the 20% damage inflicted. Honestly, I rather prefer this over maybe just straight to ultimate damage, so you're going to be hitting a lot harder and maybe getting that little bit of extra damage in wherever you need it. So obviously this is going to be a very good unique ability or main ability to have, because you are going to be able to heal and get ki. But for unique ability number 1, applies the following effects to self when character enters the battlefield. Plus 80% to damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. Reduce damage received by 40% 15 counts, and draws a special odds card next, activates once. Plus 20% damage inflicted once 20 timer counts have elapsed from battle, cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 20% for 10 timer counts when this character evades an attack with a vanishing step, cannot be stacked. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 timer counts after enemy attack is over. This last part of the unique here is definitely just pulled straight from the Yamcha, the Sparking Yamcha. This unique over here is definitely just pulled from the Kefla, the Anniversary Kefla. 80% damage inflicted when swapping in a battle is extremely high amount. I was expecting maybe around 60%, not 80%, which is extremely high. Reduces damage received by 40% 15 counts, very good. So she is covering in with the cover cut, so she's not going to be taking an absorbent amount of damage. Obviously her typing is not a very good typing right now because of how prominent FSK Gohan is, so it's good that she's getting a little bit of extra defense which is coming in, and she's also drawing in a green card the first time she comes in. This unique over here where she gets 20% damage inflicted is very good. Reducing her damage received when the character evades when she evades a character's attack. This can be very good if you get outplayed or if you get stuck in a combo. Especially if you're stuck in for 15 counts, this can translate to 60% damage cut in some situations. So that's a very good first unique. A lot of damage increased here, so she's coming in with 100% increase in damage just for 20 timer counts when permanently elapsed from battle. So second 20 timer counts have elapsed, she's coming in with 100% increased damage, which is extremely high. Okay, unique number 2, United by a Bond, applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 25% special move damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Minus 10% of blast arts cost, cannot be cancelled. Increases card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects upon landing a blast card hit. 10% to blast damage inflicted up to 30%. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade. Plus 50 to strike odds cost for 3 timer counts. Okay, this is a very disruptive ability here. This can definitely ruin somebody's plus 50 for 3 timer counts. If you chain 3 blast cards all together, that's going to translate to 150 150 card cost for strike cards. That's not okay actually. But this is clearly an ability meant to shut down strike units. Very, very, very annoying, and it's probably going to be a very prominent thing you see because it's activated upon every time she uses a blast arts card or hits the opponent with it. Definitely a very strong disruptive ability. As for the top part of this unique, this is all just good. This is extremely, she has literally everything. If she came in to the battlefield and healed by swapping in, she would have literally everything. Plus 25 special move damage inflicted on top of, let's say 20 counts have elapsed, she's getting 125% special move damage inflicted once 20 timer counts have elapsed. Extremely, extremely strong. She gets a permanent reduction to blast arts, and she gets card draw speed, permanent card draw speed I should say. Extremely, extremely strong. This unit is extremely busted. I suspect this is going to be a very difficult unit to play against. I guess they made this good because of how prominent the red units are right now. Obviously they wanted to compete and actually have some viability and be a lot more enticing to people to summon for. Strikes don't do anything special, just normal stuff. Blast cards have anti-blast armor, 150% to blast damage against blast armor units. Extremely, extremely good. Definitely going to doing a lot more damage. If you haven't noticed already, her kit is very conducive to very high amounts of damage. So special move deals massive impact damage, 20% damage inflicted for 15 time counts per activation. Blast armor when charging forward. Okay, extremely, extremely strong. This can be used very nicely, having a blast armor and a charge forward. Very, very useful in case you are stuck in mid-range and need a quick kill. Very good, very useful. Special skill: the strongest force in the cosmos. Draw a special move arts card next. Restores own key by 50. Restores on vanishing gauge by 60. Activates 3 times. Applies attribute upgrade minus 30% to enemies' sustained damage card effects for 15 time counts. Okay, this is very, very strong. Getting a blue card immediately when popping a green, and the fact that she pulled a green card from her kit here when she comes in for the swaps in the first time, extremely potent. She gets 50 keys, so you're basically automatically using your blue card that you draw, so there's no need to worry about key. Restores damage by 60% 3 times. This is Kid Buu. This is literally pulled from Kid Buu, and it's one of the reasons why he's extremely dangerous, is because of how quickly he gets his vanish. If he had, or if she had an ability to get her vanish gauge restore a lot quicker, this would be extremely busted. It is still extremely busted, and this can be used very, very precisely to very quickly outmaneuver your opponent. Maybe dodge a Rising Rush, activate it and get your increased damage for, let's say you use your main ability, or if you want to get your blue card off. This is definitely a very strong green card, and she's already getting card draw speed from her main ability, so there's not like you need card draw speed on it. Her ultimate skill is Symmetrical Blaster, deals massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, plus 40% ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, nullifies enemies restore own health from 0 effects when this character attacks for 3 timer counts, destroys all your own cards and randomly draws 4 new cards when on hit, blast armor when charging forward. This is a very strong ultimate. This is an ultimate that you'd most likely use post Rising Rush when you don't have any cards. So what happens is you Rising Rush, let's say you kill the unit and you activate your main. You get some good damage in, or if you miss, you do have your cards. You do have a full set of cards ready and available to you once you activate it. Plus blast armor, so you are definitely going to get through. Blast armor and doing a ton of damage with that. Her tags are Rival Universe, Girls, and Saiyans. Very, very obvious. Rival Universe definitely needed the yellow. Champa is aged quite a bit. The girls tag doesn't really need a yellow. Honestly, you could probably run both yellow and double yellows and a blue unit. Saiyans, she might be good enough to run on Saiyans actually. She's extremely strong, so definitely could possibly run on Saiyans if you definitely wanted. And the fact that she's blast attack and defense definitely benefits the Saiyan team, because that team is quite blast based right now. Very strong unit. But let's go ahead and check out Toppo. Got God Destruction Toppo. He is a God Key unit, Rival Universe, a range type, and a Universe Survival Saga unit. His stats, his defense is extremely high, by the way. 163,000 and 166,000 to blast defense. His strike attack is a little bit low at 232k, and then his blast attack is extremely high at 256k. This guy is going to be doing a ton of blast damage just based off his stats here. But let's check out his kit. I Forsake All Else destroys all your own cards and draws the ultimate arts card. Universe Destroyer next. Increases ultimate damage based on the number of cards destroyed. 1 card equals 30%, 2 cards 50, 3 cards 75, 4 cards 100%. This can be very useful. Obviously they want you to have a full hand of cards, then use this main, and then hopefully catch your opponent in a sidestep, and then just hit them with 100% extra damage. Restores on health by 30% and key by 50. Increases arts card draw speed by 115 time accounts. This is okay, I suppose. Restoring own health by 30% and key by 50 is definitely a very good thing. Very strong main ability all around though. Lock on Rush. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Restores own key by 20. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. -10 to own blast arts cost. Cannot be stacked. Reduces damage received by 40%. Cannot be stacked. Applies until enemy combo is over. This is very good. This is like a once off cover change thing. Similar to how Gogeta gets his 80% and once off cover cut. This is the same, but it's every time he enters the battlefield, I'm assuming. Yeah. Applies until enemy combo is finished. Effects occur when this character enters. Yeah, okay. So reduces next damage received by 40%. Cannot be stacked. Yeah, this is very strong. You're getting almost a permanent 40% damage cut every time this guy enters the battlefield. So it's very good. Inflicts all enemies with 2 substitution counts. Activates 4 times. This is actually very strong. By just entering the battlefield, he's increasing your sub count by 2. This is a very strong ability if you want to have a rush go through. What you just get an opponent in a combo, you swap straight into Toppo, and then you rush immediately because he's already locked you in for that 2-time accounts. So this is a very good unique ability here. On top of that, he's getting reduced blast arts cost, and he's drawing a card, and he's getting a enough key to use that card, which is very nice. So you're definitely getting your combo started, and it's going through very nicely. Unique number 2, Energy of Destruction. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 90% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 20%, cannot be cancelled. Applies buff effect, nullify abnormal conditions up to 3 times. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or blast arts attack. Plus 50% of damage inflicted for 15 time accounts, activates once. Plus 50% to key recovery for 15 time accounts, activate once. Activation counts reset when this character is switched. Okay, this is like the usual 90% that you normally see on an LF unit. Looks like they're just making normal spark units extremely busted now. Reduces damage received by 20%, so he does have a permanent 20% damage cut. When he swaps in, he's getting a 60% damage cut, which is pretty high. That coupled with his high initial defenses are going to be translating to a very strong tanking capability, especially if you're coming in on the ult, or if you want to shut down a combo. This is a very good way to do that. Applies following effects to self every time he uses a strike and blast arts attack. This is not very useful. This is just pulled from Caulifla, the anniversary Caulifla, where she does 50% increased damage to 1 card, or some increased damage to a strike attack. This is the same thing. character uses a strike or blast attack, and he's getting a 50% increased blast damage for 15 time counts. So this is going to be very strong if you have a full hand of cards. Just use your strike or blast attack, and you're getting extra 50% increase in damage, which is translating to 140%. I'm a little bit disappointed that it's only blast attack. I'd have loved to see this maybe been just permanent damage, but him getting 90% here is perfectly fine considering his blast attack stat is extremely high. Strike attacks don't have anything on it. Blast attacks have nothing on it. Special move is a Sphere of Destruction, deals massive explode damage, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 25% to damage received for 20 time counts. Looks like this is just a throwable blue card, so the normal range type ones. Green card is Destructive Blast. The following effects occur on hit: destroys all your enemy cards, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 30% to damage received 15 time counts, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 70% to health restoration for 25 time counts. This is very strong green card where you want to start a combo with. I'm a little bit disappointed it doesn't have a blast armor. I would have expected this to have blast armor. So pretty disappointing in that respect, but very good regardless, destroying all your enemies cards. This is definitely just Gogeta's ability here, except they just took away the blast armor. Ultimate skill, Universe Destroyer, deals a massive explode damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, plus 20% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 time counts, applies attribute upgrade minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut for 3 time counts, destroys all enemy cards on hit, blast armor when charging forward. Yeah, very strong. He's getting a lot of increased damage based upon how many cards you sacrifice when activating his main ability, and then he's getting another extra 20% here regardless. So this ultimate's going to hit extremely hard on a type disadvantage unit. It's going to hit extremely hard on a neutral unit, and it's probably going to hit extremely hard on a type advantage unit. So it's going to hit extremely hard all the way around. For his Z ability, he's buffing Universe Survival Saga, tag God Key, and tag Rival Universe. Very expected. Obviously, we didn't have a Universe Survival Saga green unit, so it's obvious that this guy was getting put on there. I didn't expect him to be green. I expected him to be red just because of God Key, but it's been a while since we got a green God Key, so definitely expected and welcomed, I should say. Addition to God Key, and then Rival Universe, Strike Attack, and Blast Attack. Rival Universe, you have Kaba there as well. So you have Kaba, Jiren, and then obviously Vados. Depends on what you want to run, but he is fighting for the green spot on this team. Kaba is obviously going to be the most stat distributed unit, because he has a Zenkai, so he's going to have overall higher stats than these units. Vados is performing the support role, Jiren is the melee blast armor unit on this team, and then Toppo is going to be your ranged option. Still very good typing regardless for the other 2 tags he's on. So he's going to be very good on those 2 tags. Let's go ahead and break down the banner for this. The banner is obviously going to be an all-star banner. You just want to have your normal, maybe do your normal dailies if you don't want to go ahead and fully summon on this, but you are going to be able to buy missions to summon for them. The main banner units are all Rival Universe units, and then you have the God Vegeta here, just for God Key, I suppose. Revival Goku is here, the double TOP androids are here. You got Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla here, which is very nice. Obviously, the both banner units. You got all 3 Pride Troopers. You got Purple Hit, which is very good. You got all 3 of the Dog Trio, and then you got the Champa and Vado. So, if you're looking to build a Rival Universe team, this banner is absolutely perfect for you guys. If you want to start building a Rival Universe team, because a large majority of the sparking units on this banner here are buffing the Rival Universe team, and then if you want to build a Tournament of Power team, they're all doing that as well. So you're going to be able to build a Rival Universe / Tournament of Power team exclusively from this banner, but take that with a grain of salt, because usually what happens with Legends All-Star banners, they are guaranteed sparking summons. on the final slot, and what usually translates to being very difficult to pull the brand new sparking units. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think of the Super Saiyan 2 Kale and Caulifla unit, and then the Goddess Destruction Toppo. Obviously, in my opinion, Kale and Caulifla are obviously a lot better than Toppo. They're doing a lot more. They're doing a lot more damage. They have a lot more utility to their kit with terms of blast armor and getting their hands on blue cards. Goddess Destruction Toppo is no slouch, though he is tanking a lot more, and he does have some good and unique abilities here, but a little bit disappointing that his kit is very small, I should say. It looks like they just wanted to slap the Goddess Destruction Toppo name onto a unit and have him sell the banner for them. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, whether or not you can be summoning for these banner units. Generally, people have not been summoning for the All-Star banners and rather have been saving for the LF step-up banners. So let's see what appears next, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned to the channel for future content. My name is Hydrax, and I'll catch you all later.